Okay, this is a Longhi Magnifica. It's an old one which is no longer working. I've got a working version, but I kind of want to change the door. So I'm going to dismantle this machine. I've never dismantled one before. The information on YouTube doesn't show you how to dismantle right the way down. So I'm going to dismantle it and film it as I go. First of all, we'll take out the obvious bits that can be taken out without any fuss. There goes the drip tray and the thing that collects the grounds, and here comes the water container. We'll take those out, then I'm going to turn it round and we'll see what we've got at the back. Okay, at the back we've got 6 screws. It's not plugged into the mains. Let's just take out the 6 screws and see what we've got underneath. Okay, 6 screws taken out. What does that give us? Not much, it seems. Okay, what that does is give us access to the sides. So we'll remove the right hand side and we'll turn the machine round and see if we can take out the left hand side, which we can't, so I'm going to find a way to do that. Okay, if you tip the machine up, you can slide the back all the way out. So there goes the back, and that shows you all the components and the legendary spaghetti of wires that are in the back. You see it's all pretty well worn. There's the on-off switch. Okay, and we're going to look at the other bits in a moment. That's the view from the underside, and we're going to see if we can undo the base and see if that will release the side. So this is a base screw, but it's got a star rocker on it, so that's a bit different, isn't it? So I can't get that open at the moment. Let's see what happens here. This is just going to slide. So this slides out and comes clear. So here you've got the whole machine with the sides of it, and I actually want to release the front panel, so we can have a look at the front panel in a moment. Having a look at the machine closed to, that's the side of it, turning round. Okay, you can see where the water supply goes. Okay, the machine from the front. Usually with these sort of things you can get a screwdriver underneath and wiggle them out. There goes one. There goes the other one. See what happens to the steam button. A bit tougher, but here comes the steam button. So this is almost off. I'm using too small a screwdriver really to do this. Let's get a slightly bigger screwdriver, lever it off. There goes the steam button. So now that front is sort of ready to come off, if we can find how it's connected. When we look at it from the side, you can see there's a couple of these screws here, and it looks to me as if you undo those and then the rest will, and there'll be some on the other side, and that should liberate the front. There goes one. There goes two. We'll turn the machine around to the other side. One there. And one there. I'm guessing that will take the front of it off, the top part of the front anyway. There it goes, of the front panel, held on that braided connector, which we'll take off in a moment. And that should liberate this very top, and it looks to me as if there's going to be screws holding that too. So we'll bring it round, and there are those screws that hold the back, one this side, and can't see one on that side. Let's take this up, see what happens. Aha. A bit more complex because all the gubbins and work that are underneath that. Let's have a look at that. So in here, there's all those connections inside there, so we'll undo those and see what happens. Right, having taken the screws out from the top, where the grinder unit is, there's a sneaky little screw around the side here. I'm guessing we'll undo that, and that should take the top off. Okay, this should lift off now. There's the connectors, so we'll undo that, and then we can undo the top away from the wires. So just undo that wire by putting a little spanner on it, and that will liberate the whole top. I'm just going to use a simple little socket just to get that undone. I mean, I'm not going to use this machine again, so I could cut the wires, but it's probably more elegant to use the socket set, get it undone properly. There's the part, there's the connection, and there goes the top. So now we're on to the next level really. I want to have a look at the front. I also want to undo this connector at the side here. This looks as if it's pretty straightforward with those screws there, which will lift this control panel, electric control panel, out of the back of the top of the front unit. There goes that control panel. It's a PCB which comes out with all its bits, and there are the various knobs and fittings. So that's clear. There's the PCB, so if you were going to replace the PCB, that's the bit you'd be doing. It's held on a simple ribbon connector which should just pull off, I would think, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. Now this unit on top, this is all the grinding action. We've undone most of the screws. There's a further two to do. I'm going to undo them and see if it lifts away. The grinder will be underneath it. In fact, that just releases the cover of the grinder unit. This is still got to come, so there must be other connections underneath which we need to undo, which I'll come to if I can be bothered. So this is the water pump. If you wanted to replace the water pump, I'm guessing that's the bit you'd need to free up. There's all the connections from the water piping, and here's the screws that hold it in place. I'll see if I can get that undone, but as I say, I'm junking the machine, so I may not bother. Two big screws, one I've just taken out from here, and one inside it. This is a rubber gizmo that actually gives you a bit of leeway. In fact, you don't need to undo both screws. In fact, you don't need to undo either. It falls out like this. Here's the rubber gizmo which is held in there. There's a couple of little spade connectors here. The electric connector, the water connectors just come off. Take those spade connectors out here, 1, 2, and you can follow these through here, That connection there is a welded connection. No, not sure what that is. So, oh, that just pulls out. It's a barrel connector. So we've now got to take this stuff off, but that's the water pump. If you were going to take the water, replace the water pump, this is the unit you need, and that's how it comes off. It's fairly straightforward. This is held on a little circlip connector, so we just get a screwdriver underneath that and pull it out. Now that will pull out, and now the whole thing will come free once we've got that collar off the pipe. And that's held with a fairly standard spring connector for connecting pipes. That will just come off like that. The tray on top of the hopper with the adjuster for the grind of the beans, that just pulls straight off, revealing the actual grinder underneath, and I'm guessing that will come apart in bits and pieces. I can see that it's held on some rubber spigots, so they take up the vibration when the unit is in operation. Now actually it's the door that I'm really hoping to get. Here's the spring, the hinge, a wire that runs and unites all the hinges. That'd be fairly easy just to pull through. On my machine, these are not working properly, so I'm going to replace them with this door from this old dismantled machine. So we'll slide this out, pull it clear, and there's the door. And this contains the mechanism for the disposal of the grounds. Okay, and there's the unit from which the coffee comes out. I'll take this off and replace it with the one I've got. Now the nozzles come off by undoing two screws underneath them. It's obviously easier when the door's off than if you were trying to do it with the door in situ. Two little screws pull, and this will come clear like this, having undone it from the top. There go the nozzles, and so actually you could clean them if you so wanted. Once I've lifted that out, this away, allows me to take out the hinges. It may be that all I need, the catches, it may be all I need. Yes, the catches, so I'm going to put those aside and hope that I don't have to replace the whole door. So once we're inside the unit, we've got the diffuser. That just, of course, should pull out, but it won't pull out because in this particular machine it's broken and it's locked at the wrong position. So we'll see if we can undo those screws and take it out. Again, because I'm junking the machine, I don't care whether I get them out or not. And the diffuser's knackered. Okay, well, we'll undo these things to see what occurs. There's one. There's two. There's three. I imagine that will bring the front away. Let's find out. Let's attach the whole unit, and the whole unit's in the wrong place. There is a screw through here, which I can get to through the top of the machine, if I could be bothered. And that will bring the whole unit out. I might go and do that. Now I need to find out how to get this device off, because again, that's a little piece that I might need. So we can see here that here's the machine as was. That's the front of it. The machine's lying on its side. That's the side where the water container used to be. There's the feed for the water container. There it is from the front. There's the diffuser unit still in place. If I wanted to get that out, I'd have to undo the screw that's inside with a long-armed screwdriver looking down through here. You can just about see the screw just there. I undo that screw then the whole thing will come forward. There's the grinder unit. Again, that just lifts out, subject to some connections down there. This is the steamer unit. You come around the side, not much to see here. That's the side of the grinder, and then we come into the printed circuit board and all the electronic gubbins. There was where we took the pump out, and there's the water feed and the heater underneath it.